Most Canadians are using the wrong account, and it's costing them thousands of dollars every single year. Not because they're bad investors, because nobody clearly explained the difference between a TFSA, an RRSP, and an FHSA, and more importantly, which one you should be putting money into first. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which account to prioritize based on your situation. No guesswork, just a clear, evidence-based framework you can act on today. Welcome to Wealth North. I created this channel because I couldn't find a straight Canadian answer to questions like this one, so I'm building it myself. Here's the problem. Canada gives you 3 powerful tax-advantaged accounts. Each one works differently. Each one benefits a different type of person. And if you're filling them in the wrong order, you're leaving real money on the table. Let's put some numbers to this. A Canadian maxing out the wrong account over 30 years versus the right one can end up with a difference of tens of thousands of dollars in after-tax wealth. Same investments, same contributions, just different accounts. That's not a small rounding error. That's a car, a down payment, years of retirement income. So let's get this right. Before we talk priority, you need to understand the core mechanic of each account, because they are not the same thing with different names. The TFSA, Tax-Free Savings Account. You contribute after-tax dollars. Your investments grow tax-free, and when you withdraw at any time for any reason, you pay zero tax. Zero. The government never touches that growth again. Your 2025 contribution room is $7,000. And if you've never contributed since you were 18 and a Canadian resident, your total accumulated room could be as high as $95,000. The TFSA is the most flexible account Canada offers. There are no income requirements, no restrictions on withdrawals, and any amount you take out gets added back to your contribution room the following calendar year. The RRSP, Registered Retirement Savings Plan. You contribute pre-tax dollars, meaning every dollar you put in reduces your taxable income for that year. Your investments grow tax-deferred. But when you withdraw in retirement, you pay tax on it at your marginal rate at that time. The RRSP is a tax deferral tool. The bet you're making is that your tax rate in retirement will be lower than your tax rate today. For most working Canadians, especially higher earners, that bet is correct. Your RRSP contribution room is 18% of your previous year's earned income, up to a maximum of $32,490 for 2025. The FHSA, First Home Savings Account. This one launched in 2023, and most Canadians are still sleeping on it. The FHSA is a hybrid. Like an RRSP, your contributions are tax-deductible. Like a TFSA, your withdrawals, when used to buy a qualifying first home, are completely tax-free. You can contribute $8,000 per year up to a lifetime maximum of $40,000. And here's the part most people miss. Unused room carries forward 1 year. So if you didn't open one in 2023, you can contribute $16,000 in 2024 and catch up immediately. If you're a first-time homebuyer, the FHSA is the most powerful account Canada has ever created. Full stop. Now that you know what each account does, here's how to think about priority. Not as a rigid rule, but as a decision framework based on your situation. Situation 1. You're a first-time home buyer or plan to be within 15 years. Open the FHSA first. Contribute the maximum. Do this before anything else. Here's why. The FHSA gives you a tax deduction on the way in and tax-free growth on the way out, but only if you use it for a qualifying home purchase. That double tax benefit is something no other account offers. If you're eligible and you're not using it, you're giving money back to the government for no reason. After maximizing your FHSA, move to your TFSA next. Situation 2. You're a higher income earner, roughly $80,000 or above, not buying a home. Prioritize your RRSP. The tax refund you get from an RRSP contribution is worth more the higher your marginal tax rate. At $100,000 of income in BC, for example, your marginal rate is roughly 40%. A $10,000 RRSP contribution saves you approximately $4,000 in taxes today. Invest that refund back into your TFSA, and you've created a powerful 1-2 punch. After your RRSP is maximized, or after you've contributed enough to drop to a lower tax bracket, fill your TFSA. Situation 3. You're a lower to middle income earner, under $50,000, not buying a home. Prioritize your TFSA. At lower income levels, the RRSP tax deduction is worth less. And more importantly, withdrawing from an RRSP in retirement could affect your eligibility for income-tested government benefits like OAS and GIS. The TFSA keeps your income picture clean. Your withdrawals are invisible to the CRA for benefit calculations. The most common mistake is treating these accounts as a savings account rather than an investment account. Parking cash in your TFSA at 1% interest is not a strategy. It's barely keeping up with inflation. The tax-free benefit is wasted if you're not putting growth assets inside it. Inside your TFSA, RRSP, and FHSA, you can hold ETFs, stocks, bonds, GICs, and mutual funds. The account is the wrapper. What you put inside it is what actually builds your wealth. For most evidence-based investors, a simple, low-cost, diversified ETF, something like XEQT or VGRO, held consistently inside these accounts over decades, is what actually compounds into meaningful wealth. The account selection matters, but only if what's inside it is actually working. Here's your action plan from this video. If you're a first-time homebuyer, open an FHSA this week. Contribute $8,000 if you can. Do it before December 31st to get the tax deduction this year. If you earn over $80,000 and aren't buying a home, calculate how much RRSP room you have. Figure out what contribution drops you to the next tax bracket. Contribute that amount and put the refund into your TFSA. If you're under $50,000, open a TFSA, put a diversified ETF inside it, and contribute consistently. Time in the market is your biggest advantage. The best account is the one you actually use and use correctly. If this breakdown was useful, subscribe to Wealth North. Every video on this channel is built the same way. No hype, no get-rich-quick noise, just clear, evidence-based frameworks for building wealth as a Canadian. Next video, the 3 ETFs most Canadian investors should consider before anything else. I'll see you there.